G'day everyone, it's Ian Hurley from the Australian Deer Association up in Queensland, and we're just putting together our 2019 raw video. So we're about to head over to New Zealand to the top of the Southern Alps. We're heading over there in a few days. We'll be collected by a local there who will guide us up into a place that is unlikely to have other hunters in it, unless they're keen enough to walk 15 or 1600 metres up in elevation over a 2-day period. It's likely that we'll be the only ones there as we're taking a chopper in out of Hanmer Springs. So yeah, it's been 12 months or so in the planning. 5 of us heading over from the Darling Downs branch, and my uncle will pick us up over there, and also the guide. But today we're just going to head to the local Warwick Range. Typical shooting in Australia is probably only 100 to 200 metres at best, and the type of country that we're going to be in up in the tussocks of the Southern Alps, we need to be prepared to shoot 300, 400, 500 metres. So we've had a couple of range sessions. We're comfortable out to that 400 or 500 metre mark, but it's good to just go back with the calculations written down, dial in as you step back from 3 to 4 to 5, and make sure that your calculations are accurate. So we're just going to have another go at that. So Trev and Andy and I will do that this afternoon, and then it'll be a final pack and head over to New Zealand. So we're all pretty pumped, looking forward to it, and hopefully the video will bring you some pretty cool action as we go. Cheers guys.
Mist-covered mountains are a home now for me, but my home is the lowlands, and always will. Someday you'll return to through these fields of destruction, baptisms of fire, I've witnessed your suffering as the battle reached high, and though it hurt me so bad, in the fear and the alarm, you did not desert me, my brothers and I. let me bid you farewell. Every man has to die.
How long is the flight? How long is it? How's that? That's so good. So good. This is exactly what I wanted. Yeah. First day, guys, amazing. You can't imagine the scale of this place until you actually arrive here. So we set up camp just over the hill behind me. There's a tarn, you'll see a picture of it, which is the New Zealand word for a mountain lake, I guess, a small mountain lake. And we flew in over these massive peaks and landed by this two tarns where we've pitched our camp. Gives us a bit of water for washing and drinking, water for washing and water for cooking and drinking in the other one, keep it a bit sanitary. And our guide Ben picked us up obviously at the airport, did a few things, and then jumped on the chopper and flew up here. So we're at about, I think we're about 1600 meters at camp, and all up around us the hill climbs up to 2000. But sort of around us here about 1800. So if you have a look up here, this is where Ben took us first. It's only a 100 metre or so vertical climb, but it's a good heart starter, and you can see into both gullies here and over the other side, which is pretty cool. Did a lot of glassing from there, so that was pretty much the fly-in. You'll see a few of the pictures there. Hey guys, day 2. So day 2, again, first thing in the morning, head back up onto the ridge line there, and we're glassing. So last night, while we were up there, so first day, far out, we'd spotted 2 wicked stags. Not necessarily every hunter's dream stag when it comes to, you know, multiple points and things like that, but for a bush head in this sort of environment, very big, heavy, 5 or 6 and 4/4. Both of them good shooters. So we're sort of making a plan to head out there. So up there this morning, we got eyes back on the 4/4 with 6 does with them, red does. So the mission is actually, I'll show you in a picture. We've got to descend off the mountain that I'm sitting on by about 800 vertical meters over a 2.5 kilometer distance.
Give me that look that lit me down easy, smile. Don't act like I couldn't see you coming for 100 miles. Don't try to find the perfect words, can't take the pain out of the hurt. Hit me hard, baby, I can take it. It's your move, go on and make it. And make it burn the whole way down. Lay my 6'4" inches out on the ground.
And that's what we're about to do. So myself, Andy and Trev decided to go and find this animal. He's sunning in a spot, he's been there a couple of days, so we're quite confident he'll stay there. We've just got to get in there without being seen. We've actually got to make it there, given that this is a very gnarly gully. So it looks good, so that's us, we're off. We'll go and do that, and we'll check it a bit later.
So do what you gotta do, so I can get to getting over you and make it burn the whole way down. Lay my 6'4" inches on the ground.
Can't see the other guy. There. And we're going.
Can't see it. Actually,
Way down there, into that gully, past the sunshine.
on that ridge there, underneath that on that far hill. All good, Trev?
Make it burn the whole way down. Lay my 6'4" inches out on the ground. Yeah, tomorrow I'll have me a heart hangover and one hell of a heartache. Pour it on like a shot of whiskey, shoot me straight. Shoot me straight. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
We're climbing,
It is huge.
coming down an hour and a half, and we're still going to go
Cover 150 metres vertically down.
I'm going to go over there, that gut.
And we've come down about 400 vertical metres off the top of that.
Right there.
Hey, what do you reckon? I reckon it's awesome. We should do this more often.
Yeah. How many hours have you been walking now?
Huh?
How many hours have you been walking now? 4 hours. Oh yeah.
So what's the deal? We hug that wall and start around and see what we see.
We're going to find a deer.
Just glassing it first. Yeah. They could be anywhere really. I'd hate to sit here for like 12 hours and not see that fuckers. I didn't see him. On the ground. Ian sitting next to it with a big shit-eating grin on his face.
What's that?
I said I want to see him on the ground with you on next to it.
Nice.
With a big shit-eating grin on your face.
That seems quite a come over.
Dark one.
Yeah, just this one.
How's that for a view? Shoot.
I can make a living from walking in the woods.
Mate.
You can bet I'd be sitting pretty good. I'm with you, looking at a field downwind. If I can make a nickel off of turning in bass, never worry about the price of gas. I'll be with you, sitting there.
He's down. No, stand up. You'll have to stand up. He's straight down there. Ready? Just pop up. And again. Fucking congratulations. That was the one you saw this morning? Oh, he's there.
Oh shit, listen. Late in the evening, I'm getting ready to reach
that was just
clear river pain.
in the perfect spot.
Fishing, loving every day.
Thanks, team. Teamwork. And we've got like thanks for doing work.
I get a little pond buzz, sound of gravel when I'm backing up, pulling the string on a 9.92 stroke.
You alright? Go. Shoulder. Go down. We'll bring your stuff.
moving.
Loving every day. That's the prayer that a country boy prays. Thank God he made me this way. Hunting and fishing and loving every day. Early in the morning, late in the evening, I'm getting red dirt rich and Flint River paid. Hunting and fishing and loving every day. Yeah. So while y'all are up there, breathing in that old dirty air, I'll be down here, knee deep.
Very good.
Muck of leaf.
We came, we saw, we did. Unreal, eh? First day of the trip.
Hunt and fish, loving every day. I wanna see them tall pines sway. Y'all close them eyes.
So that
Let's go there in our mind.
no.
Fishing, loving every day.
So the work begins for these fellas.
Country boy praise. Thank God he made me this way. Hunting and fishing and loving every day.
Doesn't get much better, eh? Really.
Dark whiskey in the evening. I get a red dirt rich and Flint River paid. Hunting and fishing and loving every day. Come on. Won't you come along with me? Won't you come along with me? I know you want to see hunting and fishing and loving every day.
See, at the end of day 2, very successful at getting that massive, wide, tall double 4. So he measured out at about 36.5 inches, which is a pretty sizable animal. We reckon he's probably about 8 years old, judging by his teeth. So yeah, good one to take out of here. He's not going to produce any more points on his antlers, so he was at a prime, and his antlers are massive. So pretty happy with that. Good trip all round, but an absolute bastard to get back out. So we had we took him about 2:30, 3 o'clock, and then we had that 700 vertical metre climb to do over that 2.5 to 3 kilometres back up to camp. We went the wrong way back up the really steep last 500 metres. So at 8 o'clock at night, in the dark, in the rain, in the sleet, we had to try and get down a pretty nasty bluff, which we did. We navigated that back down okay, just had to take our time, and then back up the scree, which is just, you know, it's one step up, 3 steps backwards. It's nuts. Trev and I had a bit of a rest on a shelf we found part way around, and then some of the boys came down to spur us on and give us a bit of a hand back to the top, which was very lucky. We would have made it up, but we needed a bit of a rest. We were exhausted by then. Huge trip. Probably the hardest hunt I've ever had to be on in my life, and I think the other boys would echo that. So that was day 2, cracking first stag in, called it my birthday stag, and butchered it up with my birthday knife that the boys gave me as well. So I was pretty impressed, pretty proud of that. So good to have them along.